Hello everybody, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting on a Fan. I am dealing with a cold. I'm getting better, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't feel like showing my face because I think I look a little less pretty than I normally do. Anyway, right now the time is approximately 12:59 a.m. and since it is after midnight, it is now officially Monday, March 28th. Hold on. I don't want to show my face because I look bad. Hold on. Yeah, March 28th, yes. 2016. It is the day after Easter Sunday. And I am eating, one of my Facebook friends had recommended this soup with potatoes and pepper, like black pepper. So what I did was I also added tomatoes, green peppers, and half of a yellow onion, and some sage and some dill, pardon me, and 4 packets of sodium-free chicken bouillon broth envelopes. Give it some flavor, and give it a little more flavor. It's actually quite good. And it's definitely very physically healing. And I'm also drinking a cup of, well, it's a combination of honey, apple cider vinegar, and lemon juice in just water, hot water. So, oh, you can see the steam rising. Or, yeah, you can. Clearly, I have been lax in spending time with the goddesses and angels of healing because this is the second time this month that I have been ill. First, actually from the night before the new moon, or the dark moon, which was the dark moon in Pisces, until Friday, March 18th, I had the flu, and now I have a cold. So, and of course, it's not like I have this enormous luxury to just like lounge in bed all day. But hey, that's my life and that's all there is to it. So, a few things. First of all, I want to acknowledge my newest YouTube channel subscribers, B. McDaniel, Lisa Lee, I love saying her name, Lisa Lee, and I usually say Lisa Lee. Yeah, I make myself laugh when that happens. And Julie Alvarez. Now, I love the fact that her last name is Alvarez. I just, for obvious reasons, because that's my last name. And of course, just like every other Alvarez I've ever met, she's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Julie Alvarez. Now, one could argue that, given that she and I have the same last name, if you go way, 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 way back, we're probably related. Because Alvarez, linguistically speaking, Alvarez means son of Alvaro, to say it with an Americanized accent. Same thing with Gonzalez. Gonzalez means son of Gonzalo. But the meaning that I found years ago in this book for Alvarez is noble and brilliant, which I happen to love because, well, I am noble and brilliant. Anyway, so this video is a video that I needed to make because I don't like, well, first of all, I am still way behind on videos, and I need to start catching up. Pardon me. I'm sure some of you are thinking, why is he doing this when he's sick? Well, you know what? I pride myself on living by the calendar and by linear time because, in my experience, a lot of people have very unrealistic relationships with linear time and with the calendar. So, as I mentioned in one of my more recent videos, Catland of Flushing Avenue in the Bushwick section of Brooklyn partnered with a restaurant called Terra Firma, also known as Terra Firma BK or Terra Firma NYC. And this restaurant this restaurant is in the same location as a restaurant that was called Brooklyn Fireproof, which I'd never even heard of until a few weeks ago. And there are these wonderful reading salons that are beginning to take place at Terra Firma. And the very first one was last Thursday, March 24th, 2016. I remember when Melissa, Marvelous Melissa, as I lovingly call her, who's one of Catland's co-owners, she had said that the reading salon would be from 8 to 11 p.m. According to the postcards that the owners of Terra Firma created, it starts at 9 p.m. But for those of you who want to have a reading with me, I do encourage you to get there as close to 8 p.m. as possible because, you know, some people work the following day and all that kind of stuff. But it was a good turnout. I really enjoyed being there. The owners of Terra Firma, Tom and Darren, took excellent care of all of us. John, the bartender, took excellent care of all of us. It was a really good night. It was a really good start. I was very happy to be there. And I was very happy to have gone a week before just to figure out where the place is. Because normally when I go to that section of Brooklyn, I'm just going to Catland. So, you know, what happened was I was participating in a really great workshop that I had actually, well, that's another video, but it was a really great workshop. It featured Kay Turner, who is the author of, among others, A Beautiful Necessity, which is a book about women's home altars, and it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful workshop. And after the workshop, since I knew Terra Firma would still be open, I went over there, got the feel of the place. Very nice place, actually. It's really nice. Plus, there's what I would call a walkway. Pardon me. You have the entrance to Terra Firma NYC, and then you walk forward, and you see these like picnic-style benches on the side, and there's, you know, pavement and whatnot. And then you see the entrance proper to Terra Firma, and the tables are set aside for the readers, which makes me happy because they're nice tables, and you know. And you know, it was funny. I was a little concerned because the first time that I was there, the music was a bit loud, but I think they did lower the volume for us, for the readers. And I usually have clients sit catty corner to me when I'm in a public venue. Like, for example, you know, let's say that here is a table. I'll just do it like that. And here I am, and here's the client. Now, most people do it this way. They sit directly across from the client. What I usually like to do is have the client sit here, or have the client sit here. Because, especially in a public venue, I want to make sure that the client hears every word that I'm saying. And those of you that have had readings with me, you know all too well that I do a lot of talking in my readings. Also, those of you that have had readings with me, you know all too well that I channel so much when I'm conducting a reading. I've had clients say to me, "Could you repeat what you said?" I'm like, if I remembered it, I would happily repeat what I said. And most of the time, I honestly do not recall what I said to the client in that moment. So when it comes to having a reading with me, I cannot over-recommend taking notes. I am one of those professional psychics that does not have an issue with being audio recorded. So, you know, if a client happens to have a recording app on his or her smartphone, or if he or she has an MP3 player that has a recording feature, go right ahead, because I will forget virtually everything. I find that when I'm conducting readings at a public venue, I will forget virtually everything that I have told that client anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes after the reading ends. So if a client has a reading with me at, let's say, Terra Firma, and then he or she wants to know what I said, if he or she has a question about what I said during his or her reading, and he or she asks me 2 months later, the likelihood that I will even remember even one thing that I said is extremely unlikely. When I give readings privately, I tend to remember a little bit more, but usually I will have forgotten at least 90% of everything that I said during that reading approximately an hour after the reading ends. In rare exceptions, I will remember some details. I have clients that see me regularly and with a specific frequency, so sometimes with them I will remember things that I said in previous readings. So, you know, but it again, that only happens with regular clients. If somebody's having a reading with me, let's say once during the year for his or her birthday or some kind of spiritual anniversary, then the likelihood of me remembering anything, you know, an hour later, a day later, a week later, a month later is extremely unlikely. Anyway, it went very well. I enjoyed the energy of the place. Tom and Darren are wonderful. They have great energy. They have a great restaurant. It's not just a bar. They have food. They have good food, actually. I had this mushroom and onion and garlic and cheese and something else. Mushroom flatbread. Oh, yeah, mushrooms. And it was so good. It was so good. Plus, you know, one of my favorite things to drink when I'm giving readings at a public venue is cranberry and orange juice. And the cranberry and orange juice was so perfectly blended. I was like, yeah, this is just like smooth. You know, it's not often that people describe non-alcoholic beverages as smooth, but this was smooth. So I gotta take my medicine. Since the pendant is being focused on, one of the things that I've been doing for years is I change pendants depending upon the transiting sun sign. So, So yeah, I find that when I first saw this pendant, it screamed Aries energy to me. You really can't see it that well, but it is called brachiated jasper. And jasper, and it's a really rich red jasper. You might see a little bit of the red. But yeah, it's one of my personal favorite pendants, and it was a gift, so of course I love it even more. It is like a Isis. Hey, you have a scratching pad for that. Thank you. It's funny how she never wants to be in any of the videos, but she always wants to make her presence known. If you heard that metal sound a few moments ago, before the couch scratching, that was her drinking water from her bowl. But yeah, anyway, forgive me, I was so rudely interrupted. And of course she's not looking at me at this moment. Amazing. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so I always wear different pendants depending upon the transiting sun sign. When the sun enters Taurus, I'll be wearing this beautiful, round, full moon shaped rose quartz, which, interestingly enough, I also wear when the sun is in Libra. And that is no coincidence, since Taurus and Libra are both ruled by Venus, and rose quartz is definitely a Venusian type crystal. And it's actually a pendant that I don't wear that often, interestingly enough. Although I do like to have it with me, and certainly I've resumed having crystals on the layout table when I give readings. So definitely rose quartzes have been on the table. Yeah, with this cat I always got to look at what she's doing. Well, with all of them I really have to look at what they're doing. Because it's like, what's that noise? Let me have some of this concoction over here. Oh, that's so good. Believe it or not, it really tastes good. Honey, apple cider vinegar, and lemon juice. That's it, and I poured hot water. Oh, that's good. The honey gives it oh, it's clover honey, by the way. It's clover honey. The clover honey gives it a sweetness. The apple cider vinegar has a bit of a sweetness. And vinegar is a wonderful folk remedy for so many things. And of course the lemon juice. Anyway, so I am very happy to report that the next Catland salons at Terra Firma will be on April 21st, May 19th, and June 16th. And this is the postcard that they created. Isn't it gorgeous? Looky, looky, it's beautiful. And there you have the, hold on, there you have the Catland logo. And I love this. They did a good job with this. And on the back they have something else that's taking place at Terra Firma NYC. When is this taking place anyway? Ooh, it's a free comedy show. Every last Thursday of the month. Doors open at 8 p.m. I must admit, I've always been leery about free events because free events tend to attract way too many people and way too many negative type people. But you know what? I love the energy at Terra Firma, so I might do that. Although, wait a minute. They're probably starting this next month because the last Thursday of this month, I stand corrected. They'll probably do this starting this month because the last Thursday of March 2016 is the 31st, which is this Thursday. Anyway, so, pardon me. Okay. So with that being said, believe it or not, I need to record another video. I want to thank all of you who came to Catland Salon at Terra Firma last Thursday, March 24th, 2016. I especially want to thank those of you who spread the word, both online and off. And I want to thank those of you who have been spreading the word for the upcoming Catland salons at Terra Firma. I will definitely include a link to the website, to Catland's website, to Terra Firma's website, to the WordPress blog that will accompany this, and of course to the Facebook event page that Terra Firma created specifically for this Catland Tarot Salon. And I did indeed have both tarot decks and divination decks. Even though it is a tarot salon, I felt divinely guided to include oracle card decks and other types of card decks. And as I always do, I tend to rotate decks each month. And there are some new decks that I've already purchased that will be reviewed soon. My intention is to review these new decks that I've acquired in less than 3 months. And there is another deck that I've ordered. Yes, I finally broke down. And rather than continuing to look fruitlessly for my copy of the Tarot of Pagan Cats, I just decided to purchase another copy. So I should be receiving that in a few weeks, if not sooner. And that's the deal with that. So thank you to all of you for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you so much for honoring Catland and all they do too. Thank you for honoring Terra Firma and all they do and all they are. Thank you for spreading the word about Terra Firma's, or rather Catland's Tarot Salons at Terra Firma, both online and off. Thank you for those of you who were there. Thank you for those of you who spread the word. Thank you for those of you who are continuing to spread the word. Thank you for those of you who are just wonderful in every way. Thank you, of course, to my new YouTube channel subscribers. And thank you, Catland, for opening a door for me. And I think that's it for this video. I will be making another video momentarily after I definitely blow my nose more thoroughly, which you do not want to hear. Anyway, have a good night, and thank you again. I look forward to showing you all my pretty face when it looks pretty again. Or at least when I've fully recovered from my cold. Thank you, and many blessings.